Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? We're so happy you're here. Welcome to our show. We meet here every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We meet here on Facebook Live. Also, our wonderful sidekick, Leo Rodriguez. Make sure we are on YouTube as well. And then we go into podcasts in Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And all our shows are archived on that. But if you want to watch the shows live, the recorded shows, the YouTube is the place to catch it. Go to our YouTube channel, What's the Story with Maria YouTube channel, subscribe, and you will find us there every single show. I think this is episode 270. Wow.
269.
Is this 269?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought it was 270. Hold on a second. Maybe I wrote it wrong. No, Leo, I think it's 270. Let's double check that, but no, I think you're right. You are right again. I'm wrong. 269. You are right, my friend. Leo is the one to listen to. Don't listen to me. Hey, D. D's Enlightened Edits. Hi. Nice to see you again. Thank you for checking in.
Hi, Danielle.
It's been a few weeks. I was on the Richard Skipper show. I had so much fun. And that's why I met Dee, and we've been in touch, and we're going to do some fun things. Lucas, our Mr. May, and our new calendar, love seeing your face every week. Lucas, we miss you so much at work. Lucas used to work at Brandy's. He also works at the Duplex, but I would see him at Stonewall. I mean, at Brandy's mostly. So, and I miss you so much. Then there's Facebook user, whoever that is. Well, welcome to our show. Okay, so I do want to remind everybody, sadly, our What's the Story with Maria Instagram page is still hacked. We have tried and tried and tried to get it back. We will keep trying to reach out to Meta and let them know. So please, it's not me trying to sell you Bitcoin. It's some crazy person. And it doesn't even have my name on it. Doesn't even have What's the Story with Maria's name on it anymore. It says Nicholas _Barros, BARROS_. So the person, whoever the hacker is, has taken over our page using their name, but with my image. He actually even changed the profile picture. So it is me and my grandma, which makes me very angry. But whatever. So we're going to try to be adults about it. I'm just going to keep letting Meta know. In the meantime, please, when you see it, report it and then block it. Okay? So let's help each other out. Oh my God, Ken, we were just talking about
We were.
That's Ken Patton of kensperfectjams.com. Our favorite jam. Leo and I rave about it.
Should we try and do it, Maria? Should we try and do what we said? He's watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, we on the show love Ken's Perfect Jams. This is not a paid advertisement. We do this because we love Ken and we love his jams. And Leo put together a little video. Let it roll, Leo.
Ken, we're going to try to advertise this the old style way, if we can, along with it. So our radio viewers, listeners at home can get the.
That's right.
So here we go.
Okay.
Maria, you're on.
I'm ready. Ken's Perfect. Conservative. Handcrafted. Fantastic flavors. Fantastic flavors. Apple jam, butter, black swan chandelier.
Banana jam.
Jams, butters, and preserves. Great bananas. Love jam. Chocolate and Jamaica. Triple beef and learning. Crafted homemade. There's and preserves. I missed a couple of them.
Maria's jam, Sarah's jam, Ryan's jam, Renata's jam, Pride jam.
My favorite. So many flavors.
Can't go wrong.
Order online. Ken's Perfect Jams. Woo! Leo challenged me to that. I said I'll try it. Let's see what we can do. We got it. We actually, seriously, we're not paid to do that. We love Ken's jams. We're just doing that because we just love his jams, and we want you to know about his jams too. If you do want to order, you go to kensperfectjams.com. Perfect is with a K or Ken?
Ken's Perfect Jams or Perfect Jams. They both lead you to that wonderful site.
Okay, either one. My new favorite is the twisted pepper jelly. It's so amazing. It's like spicy, super spicy. 3 different kinds of peppers, and it's sweet. So I put it on like chicken and meat. And
you had it on salmon last time, didn't you?
Salmon, yes, and sandwiches. So I'll make like a ham and cheese sandwich with a little lettuce and tomato, and instead of mustard, I put that on it.
Oh,
so good.
I took that whiskey, that triple ginger whiskey,
Yeah.
and I coated it on some pork ribs.
Oh,
and I slow roasted those pork ribs. Oh my goodness! And his jams are so great that you can taste the actual ingredients, and the ginger crusted up on top of the. Oh, it was so good.
Come on, that's ridiculous.
It was so good. If you're drooling at your computer, we did our job.
All right. So yes, we did. So who's joined us tonight? So we have Dee, who is Danielle. She is a spiritual advisor and medium. Lucas Sverdlin has joined us. We love him. He's with the Oakland Ballet now and is going to be doing amazing things. Lucas, you can always come on the show again if you ever want to check in because we missed.
I might. I'm trying to work out gas and everything, but I might be able to go up and see him for the October. I'm trying to get the weekend, if I can, off to go see Lucas at the Oakland Ballet. Otherwise, I'll go up for the Nutcracker. But I have some friends there, and
that's incredible.
I spent 14 years there.
Wow, that would be amazing. So we have Ken on. Lynn Portish, genius, has joined us. Oh my God, she played for Anthony Fett. Was at the Monster this Sunday, and Lynn played for him. Well, they were.
There was a lot of shenanigans going on this weekend. I think. There's Lynn Portis. There's Susan Campanero. Well, I feel left out of this singing, Maria. I feel left out. So that was at the Monster, I hear.
That was at the Monster, but Anthony Fett was so amazing. He did a version of Alfie. What's it all about, Alfie? That was so beautiful. He did a lot of Bacharach, and Lynn plays that stuff like.
I love Bacharach, soundtrack of a generation.
Yes, and that was when I was growing up. That's what we listened to: Carpenters, Bacharach. I mean, it was so beautiful. Carol Carey.
Oh, it's Mr. December there, Mr. Johnny Tomorrow.
Oh my God,
2023.
We have a lot of people on here that are going to be on our calendar. I Spy Lori Towers of Lori and John. Lori and John are Mr. and Mrs. November. Lynn, Scorpio. Hotness 4 days. Yes, it was such a fabulous night. Lynn is right. We had so much fun. Johnny Tomorrow has joined us. Oh, that's Facebook user. Okay, Johnny Tomorrow is Mr. December.
2023.
Yes, this is the 2023 calendar, which we have started. Now, we are waiting with bated breath for everyone else is in, but we're waiting for Elaine Aponte Feliciano. Hopefully we can get her because she's our Miss January. What do you got there, Leo?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. She's in the green room. Happy birthday, Senator Mesa.
Senator Mesa.
Happy birthday to you.
She is Miss October because she is a Libra. She's going to be joining us tonight. She's probably so mad, Leo, that you're doing that.
She didn't even see. She wasn't even looking at me. She didn't even care.
She cared. She's upset that we did that. However, she was upset that we didn't put her in this year's calendar coming up. So we may have to put a little version of Miss October in the back of the calendar flap, where this part.
A throwback.
Yeah, the back says previous year or something. Collector's item. I don't know. We'll have to somehow do that. So we're going to get Judy's going to be joining us in a little while. Why did we ask Judy to join us? The calendar. Oh, Ken, great question. Is the calendar on sale yet? We will be taking pre-orders. The problem is that we are waiting for one last, nothing but the apron person, and that is Elaine, and she is promised to get it in the next 2 days, and then we'll have everybody. Leo has to had to tirelessly comb through every semi-nudie and whatever, find the fonts. It's I don't know how you do it, Leo.
Elaine, if I have to come to your house and get that picture, Peter's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, Peter is going to be in trouble because Peter's taking the pictures. And he's Mr. November, by the way, in this year. So next, we'll see Peter soon. Okay, so what we wanted to talk. Oh, first of all, congratulations to my friends, our friends, Jeffrey Campbell and Stephen Elbel. They were married this weekend. Yeah, there they are. My friends, I love them. We love them. They're our friends. They've been together for 37 years.
They're so cute.
And we were like, why now? You know, and they said because things are changing politically and they wanted to make sure that they got it in the books in case anything goes down. And you know what? How sad that that's where we're at. How sad that that's where we're at again. But in the meantime, we want to congratulate them. I actually had the honor of officiating their wedding. I've only officiated 2 weddings now, Emily McNamara and David Ingber, who celebrated their anniversary 6 years Sunday, which happens to be Senator Mace's birthday. And Jeffrey and Stephen, October 15th, which was the 37th anniversary of their first date. How cute is that?
Aww.
In 1985.
They're adorable. Great cooks. So much talent in that couple.
I know. And I want to thank you, Leo, because you helped me. Leo is a star officiant.
I'm not a star
on his website, and he has officiated many, many weddings. So if you're out in that area, you want an officiant, Leo is your person. Leo, you want to show a little of that clip?
There's a couple pictures of officiating, blessing of the rings, the little speech you give right before you introduce everybody. There's my buddy that I married. I think it's more rewarding when they're your friends and you know the family.
Absolutely.
Me preaching.
You can tell stories about them.
Yep.
And how you know them. And Leo really helped me. I want to thank you, Leo, because we were on the phone. And Leo really helped refresh my memory and gave me a really nice format to use. And
that's my roommate from Brooklyn. Before I moved into my own apartment, that's my roommate and the woman he married. They were so cute. They played ukuleles for their vows.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, it was really adorable.
How cute is that? So if they go to your website, which is, tell us about your website, Leo.
Well, you can go to my Facebook. It's Leo I. Rodriguez Officiant for that one, but it's all through Facebook if you want to look for that.
Leo I. Rodriguez Officiant.
Ignacio.
So,
yep.
And really just amazing. Amazing. So yes, congratulations. Thank you, Leo, for all the help you gave me and coaching me through that that process. You were so sweet, even though
weddings are so much fun. I like to look at weddings for the traditions that everybody brings forward.
Yes.
And also I like to see who's going to be the stereotype.
I love it. Well, you know, Emily and David, they're Jewish, so they wanted a lot of different things in there that had to do with their religion, which was so nice. It was specific, and I loved it. We really went through that. There was a chuppah and everything. It was really cool. Breaking of the glass, all of that. And Stephen and Jeffrey are Methodists, so theirs was like very cut to the chase. Let's get this done and let's go to lunch. They were so cute.
One of the weddings I did was in New Orleans. We had a Thai water ceremony that went with it was very interesting to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. So
New Orleans is pretty cool too. It was really beautiful.
I've never been to New Orleans. I would actually love to go there. When's the best time to go there? In the fall?
Well, I mean, everyone's going to tell you to go around what do they call it? February 13th, 14th, you know, when it's the Mardi Gras.
Oh, I don't want to go through.
They're going to tell you then, but I think if you go at any point, there's at any time,
well,
it's
what do you think?
Probably. Oh wow, I don't know. There's so many, tornadoes and hurricanes coming
I
in.
know that's the problem with the fall. Maybe the spring.
Yeah,
One of
maybe this
these
spring
days.
before it gets all steamy.
Anyway, okay, so let's talk about our merchandise quickly and then we'll bring on our powerhouse. Okay, so we do have merchandise. Christmas is right around the corner, believe it or not. I know it seems like it's far away, but we do want to talk about our calendar.
Mm-hmm.
This is our calendar. It's going to be the same size because although I wanted the bigger one, Leo suggested this size last year. And I've learned that Leo is right most of the time. I would
Sometimes.
say 100% of the time. And the reason that this size is so good is because you can put it in your backpack or your bag or carry it with you, as Susan Campanero does and pulls it out in class. No matter when we teach together, she'll have like this out. She had you out. Oh, we had the same. Our little
That's
Mario.
funny. Mario's thinking about it.
She had Leo out one time, right on the windowsill, with her sunglasses, and there was Leo. We have Ed Kutu. July.
Sorry.
So we have so many amazing. There was Leo. He was Mr. August. Oh, yeah, we can't show that one. Anyway, so that's the story. Oh, I know what I want to do. I do want to pull up. So we have that. We have aprons. We have mugs. Hold on a second. We have mugs. We have tote bags, and of course our famous apron. So if you want anything for Christmas gifts, let us know. Go to What's the Story with Maria at gmail.com. What's the Story with Maria at Gmail? Please send us some kind of a note saying what you want, and then we can figure out how general election.
Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to be reading during program.
No, but you're right. That's what we're talking about tonight. Now I know everybody is overloaded on this stuff, but I got to tell you, I can't wait till November 8th, and I can't wait till November 9th, or maybe even a few days afterwards, because we might have to wait. Because I am so stressed out. I don't know if anybody else is, but this thing could really, really turn out badly if we don't get out and vote. If we get out and vote, especially the young people, because they're that demographic that tends to stay home, we will do great things. But if we are lazy about this, it's not going to be good. Okay, so there have been a lot of debates this week. I haven't gotten to see many of them except in clips, but there is someone that has watched all the debates. We're bringing her on. She is our friend, Judy Mesa. There she is. Thank you, Judy, for coming on. And Leo was showing the calendar, but I said, don't show it. But yes, Judy is Miss October. And if you have the calendar, this year's calendar 2022, Judy is Miss October.
She just turned 21 on Sunday. I don't know what she's so ashamed about for her calendar.
Young girl.
She puts this old August to shame anyway.
Well, I don't know about that, but October 16th was her birthday, and we all want to shout out and say happy birthday. Happy birthday, pups.
Thanks.
Okay, so you've watched the debates. You're super political. May I also say, Leo, have you seen Judy's new TikTok?
I have not seen it yet. I'm not a TikTok person, so I have to get on that.
Oh, you don't understand. I can send them on to you at some point. They are so good. She talks about politics in such a funny way, and it captures your attention right away. So if anybody is on TikTok and you want to follow Eudania, can you spell that for us, please?
No.
Okay, YUDENIAMESA. That's the left. Follow her.
It's YM grad.
YM grad
Yeah.
is your TikTok?
Yeah. YM Udania Mesa grad. YM grad.
YM grad. Okay. So follow her on TikTok because you're not going to believe how good.
Estaba para ella, lo que siempre ha sido ella, me puso muy linda, más chula, más
Oh.
But
That's your
the
TikTok.
political ones are hysterical. Okay, so let's go back and talk about what's happening. Okay, what debates have you seen? What do you think? Give us some
I don't know. But I too am nervous. I'm nervous. I mean, I want to try not to believe the polls. You know, I always wonder like what actually goes on behind the scenes. Do you hear like a
Echo?
yeah?
Yeah, there's a little bit of echo on your side. Are you watching the show on another computer?
No.
Oh, okay. 'Cause sometimes that happens.
Okay. Well,
Let me.
I don't know what's going on with the polls, but it's a scary time.
Whoopi said today on The View that, you know, she didn't trust the polls. She didn't like the polls because there was a vote before, and I can't remember the name, Roy Emerson, a vote, and the polls were just so like, oh, I'm going to vote for him. And then the day came of the voting, and the lead, he lost by so much.
Really?
Because people don't really like to tell you.
Yes.
And it's also a group number of people that they're not asking everybody. So it's really hard to judge on the polls what people are actually going to vote for, what they're actually going to say, because they don't like to tell you a lot as well.
Now, Dee says, I've gotten so many polling calls these past 2 weeks. Has anybody out there been typing in, have you been polled at all? Once in a blue moon on local elections, somebody will call or text. I will get a couple of texts, but I haven't gotten anything for like governor or senators or congressmen or anything like that. Have you, Judy, in Jersey? Nothing, right? Leo, how about you in California?
I don't answer those.
Okay.
I don't answer. I don't know if you're trying to steal my money, steal my information, or get a poll nowadays. So if I don't know your number, I'll listen to the voice message.
Right.
And if you sound like this, I am not going to call you back.
Right. Exactly. Ken Patton says he's been twice now. They've called him. Okay. Brian Johnson says hello, Maria and Leo. Hi, Brian. Brian's my friend from high school. He's a wonderful guy, and he's a DJ and a music man.
I have a question for Judy.
I have
a question for Judy. What do you think about the Arizona between those two ladies, the Carly and the Trumpster
Kari Lake?
Kari Lake.
Did they debate? I didn't.
They haven't debated. That's why I'm wondering what you think about her not wanting to debate.
Yeah, so I saw her on TV. I was telling Maria this, and Maria and I had this discussion. You know, I saw Katie Hobbs on TV, and she was saying that she didn't want to debate her. She said, I much rather just be here on television debating people I can talk to. And I thought, like, that is such a lame thing to do. Because she says that Kari Lake interrupts her a lot. So I just thought, I think she should debate her. I don't understand why she doesn't. And, you know, that's a very close race. And Kari Lake has no job. But what she has that the other one doesn't, I was telling Maria, is she is a presence.
Well, because she's a TV anchor she was a TV anchor person.
Right. So she has a presence. And, like, she captures your attention when she talks. You know, I mean, listen, I think that Democrats just miss they miss the pulse here. You know what, guys? I'm wondering if I should hang up and call from a different.
Yeah, do that because I hear an echo and I want to hear everything you have to say. So do that. Plug out and plug back in. Yeah, do that definitely. In the meantime, Brian Johnson. We got Brian. Let me see. Okay, so because I have two different pages running. Bethany Vaughn has checked in. Joseph O'Neill. Hi, folks. How are you? And Ken. Oh, well, we got Ken already. Okay, but there are a lot of different races. If anybody has seen debates, I work nights, so I don't unfortunately get to watch the debates. I can watch them and repeat, or sometimes I see clips of them, but I haven't. And I did tonight. I was watching MSNBC, and they were showing a lot of clips. And I got to say, like, Marcus Flowers, who is up against Marjorie Taylor Greene, is such a dignified, smart, incredibly intelligent veteran. And I thought that debate went really, really well in his favor. Sadly, though, Marjorie Taylor Greene's district is heavily, heavily Republican. But I did read this week that, believe it or not, her district has expressed disdain in the way that she carries herself, and they feel personally embarrassed by her. But most of them have always voted Republican, and maybe they'll sit it out, but they're not going to necessarily vote against her.
I wish we could get somebody out there that could talk to them the way that people talk to the way that we talk to each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wish that at some point it would. I mean, there are moments when, yes, I know that language sometimes gets in the way of people trying to communicate. But every once in a while, I think somebody should turn to some of these people and say, will you just shut the F up? Can you just get on a reality train and shut the F up? And this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And talk about even Joe told Trump to shut up.
Yep.
And it was a moment that we needed, I thought.
Absolutely. And the thing about Joe that people don't always remember is Joe has a stuttering issue. It's not, you know, people say, oh, he's dumb or he's this or he freezes because he's a stutterer. So he has to sometimes stop and think about how to form those words. And, speaking of which, another big race is in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Pennsylvania, I can't believe it's even tight because Mehmet Oz is another TV personality. Why do we need reality and TV personalities to run for office? They're unqualified. But then again, is Marjorie Taylor Greene?
But then again, let's go for Herschel Walker.
Oh my God! Oh my God! What in God's name? Look, great football player, made his state proud. Went to Georgia State, made them very proud. I get it. I don't want to take away anybody's accomplishments and what they've done in their lives. But look, unless you have worked in politics or have worked in civil services or have worked in community affairs or have worked in any kind of civil office, how on earth can you run for senator, congressman, anything? How do you do that? Never mind former President Trump, when he was running, didn't even complete college. He lied through all of that. He wouldn't have been able, if you gave him some kind of a 100-question test, he wouldn't have been able to answer any of those questions. Why is someone like that in charge of anything?
What experience and what? That's where they say, like, you know, they said that Obama didn't have as much experience as he was coming into the White House. He only spent a little bit of time, but he was also a political activist. He was also in his community reading, doing things that take, you know, that's what politics do. People say, why are they so nice? They talk politics because politics is about pleasing everybody.
Right.
It is the one where you have to please everybody because you're representing everybody.
Absolutely. 100%.
Whether you like to or not, you're representing them.
D says Democrats were counting on people's rage to make them vote. That's not a reliable or healthy method, in my opinion. Well, no, it gets people inspired and it gets fired. I do believe that we should get people's fires going. But this country has more requirements for. You know what? You're right. You have to fill out more. Listen, here's an example. My sister said to me, she's a hairdresser. She owns a shop. And she said, if I hire someone to work in my shop, they have to have 1,000 hours of working, you know, at school. They have to have 1,000 hours in. 1,000. Wow. But yet a politician doesn't even have to have 1 hour of working. That's like saying a teacher, you can just pull anybody off the street to teach.
Florida? What? No, I'm sorry.
No, I know. Did we lose Senator Mesa again?
No, she's here.
Oh, no, there she is.
She stepped away for a second, so I didn't want to.
I'm glad you're back.
Hi.
Okay, good.
Ooh, hi.
Hi.
And this looks better. Your lighting looks much better too.
Okay. So I was saying that I think the Democrats missed the boat here, like on so many levels, because they keep first of all, they don't pay attention to detail like the Republicans do. I just was watching all of this. I watched a bunch of like different informational videos today, and I always say that the Republicans, they know what to stimulate their base with. right? And to us, right? And this, I'm going to generalize and whatever, but to a more educated voter, which Democrats tend to be, and it all makes sense of why they tend to be that way. It's because we live in metropolises, right? So we're used to living with each other. There's obviously more education where the metropolises are, because the metropolises also hold, corporations and businesses that need to be ran. So like, there's obviously, the population is going to be more educated, and then the more education you have, the more liberal you are, right? Because you have more knowledge. It's just like a building block of duh, right?
Right.
And the Republicans know how to get to their base. Hey, they're very simple. If they're uneducated, then ignorance is going to play a part in their voting, and they're going to be racist, because racist and prejudice and, anti whatever the hell, that anything different than you, all that is fear and lack of education, right? So they know that that's what it is, and they appeal to the base, and those people have nothing else to do but to show up at the ballot box and tell you that they hate you. That is all that they live for. They're just like rooting for a team. Has anybody watched videos of Tennessee and Alabama, the football game that
No.
Tennessee the college football game? It was a big deal. Tennessee just won for the first time in 15 years, and they beat Alabama. Those people, when they scored the goal, they started crying. Everybody rushed to the field, right? That's legitimately, they've been waiting all year for that game. Republicans are the same. They wait all year. They wait all the years to get to the ballot box to try to win elections. And then when they win elections, they're thinking ahead. The Democrats don't think ahead. They're thinking
That's what they
ahead,
did with Roe. That's what they were doing with Roe versus Wade. They've been waiting since that time.
And they've been talking about it all of that time. So now, on the 9th hour, I did a TikTok about Joe Biden today also. He's like, no, if you give me 2 more seats, I'm going to codify Roe. I really want to support my Democratic Party, because we don't have any other option, right? If we don't want to become an authoritarian state. But I'm so sick and tired of voting for candidates on my party that then get to where they need to be and don't take any action. So you're waiting you had 50 years to codify Roe, and in those 50 years, we've had control of all 3 branches of government at many points throughout. They never thought ahead, even though Republicans consistently talked about overturning it. They never thought to codify it until now. Republicans get in there, and even if everywhere else they're losing, they focus on where they're winning, and they focus on growing that win.
Okay, so now we've said all that. How do we, that said, which we are being realistic, because we're not just leaning where we're just blowing smoke up everybody's, about how great our candidates are. I personally love a lot of our candidates, and I personally tend to lean more towards the optimistic. You're very realistic, and I respect that. That's why lots of times I really love listening to you, because you're very realistic. And Leo, you're kind of somewhere in the middle, where you're like, you have a lot of logic and you also have a lot of enthusiasm. So,
and then they piss me off.
Yeah, but you're very grindy. But that's why I think this is, and if anybody wants to chime in and type anything in, please, I want to respect what everybody has to say, because this is about, this is about getting us all on the same page. What I want to do is get people motivated to get out there. So I have the luxury of talking to a lot of young people. And I got to tell you, I have been pleasantly surprised at how many of them are now registered. So you have 20 days, 6 hours, 23 minutes, and 8 seconds before we vote. Now, if you want to go to vote.org, and you can check any registration, make sure you are registered. You can decide to vote by mail. You can do it that way. You can get election reminders, pledge to register, locate your polling place, locate a drop box, all this stuff. It's like goes on and on and on. Just pop your state in. It's such a thorough site, vote.org. Joe Cangelosi turned us onto it. Barry Silber, Maria, keep up the optimism. Barry, I will, and I know you're in Florida, and what the hell is happening over there? Judy, you lived in Florida for off and on for many years. What the hell? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen down there?
I don't even know, but I have no idea. I just know that I mean, I'm most likely DeSantis is going to win. Perhaps Val Demings might beat Rubio. Nobody likes him anyway. But I don't know that that's it. I mean, everybody else is pretty much. She's the only one that has a chance at winning.
Now, you know what's so sad? Think about this. Rick Scott, Marco Rubio, Ron DeSantis, they all voted against hurricane relief when it came to other states. All three of them voted against.
One of them voted against aid for them.
Even for themselves.
Right.
Okay. And yet,
I think it was Rubio.
Yeah. I mean, but I think all of them, Rick Scott is just now, he's trying to get rid of Social Security. I don't understand why. And there's a lot of older people in Florida. I don't get it.
I'll tell you another good point.
Okay.
So, progressives in the Democratic Party, that word has become, even for Republicans. I watched William Barr today in an interview, and he literally said that he's going to vote for someone else in the primary. He's made it clear that Trump should not be the nominee. But if Trump is the nominee, that he thinks that the most clear and present danger to the United States is the progressive agenda. And so he will vote for the Republican, right? So obviously that's not true, right?
No.
Obviously that's a complete lie. But the Democrats are a clear and present danger to their pockets, because doing things for the good of the people requires politicians and corporations to give something up. Mm-hmm. It requires them to give up power. It requires them to give up money. Not even all of it, just some of it. And they don't want to. And they're holding on to it. And it doesn't matter who they hurt along the way. Women, children, immigrants, Black people, everyone.
Good
right?
Christian greed. Good Christian greed.
Right. So back to the Democratic Party, I honestly think that we would be remiss as a whole, and I'm talking to every single Democratic voter, if we don't realize that the party is vast, where most of the Republicans, they're in this little circle.
Right. We have to cover
and you have a few outliers. The Democratic Party is the majority, I'm going to say, is progressive, because the older generation is exactly that. Older, some of them have passed. They've created new people, middle-aged people like myself, younger people. Their social media, just in general, that conglomerate of all of the social medias have made people more aware of everything, and believe it or not, more progressive, because there's all of these people giving information about what it means to have progressive policies in reality, which is really what everybody else in the civilized world has, that we should have, like universal health care, like something as simple as that they make it seem like it's the evil, like, oh my God, it's doomsday. But we're living in doomsday right now, and it's because of that.
Thank you, Leo. I know the mic situation is weird, but also someone the other day said, wow, I guess Medicare is socialized medicine.
Right.
Right. And you were the one who told me that. And it's true. Like now they're trying to get rid of Medicare. Like I'm going to, in a couple of years, be eligible for that. And I'm actually so excited about that, where I can actually have health insurance because of my age. And, like people work their whole lives so hard. I've worked so hard in my whole life to be able to have certain things. And now they're going to take them. And Barry Silver says, older people don't like taxes. That's why they live in Florida. Nobody likes taxes. I get that. That's really hard. But I do feel like older people really have a lot to lose by voting for Republicans, even though they live in lower taxer states, because of Social Security. Like, it's very scary. Even McCarthy was talking about it today. Like, and Rick Scott is an an advocate for taking Medicare away. I don't know how people
That's
still.
because he's not been in those shoes. He's not needed it. He's not not been able to afford it. Not able to. He hasn't gotten to that age yet. It's
Right. But
Yeah,
how about-
some people like really lack empathy. Like they just don't, you know what I mean? They cannot relate. Like, and I know people like that, just like in my life. I have to tell you that the more all of this political unrest is like really crazy, and the older I get, I cannot mess around with people like that. Like if you really cannot understand someone else's life, good, bad, ugly, whatever, then that means you can't understand mine. And so like, why would I be friends with you?
Can
Like,
we have pinch hitters in debates? Judy, you should go to Arizona and pinch hit for what's her name and debate Carrie Lake.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
it-
I have to tell you, like all the time I'm watching these debates and I'm thinking to myself, like, why is no one asking like the important questions? Like, why is no one debating Lindsey Graham and saying, Lindsey, come on. So you're gay. We all know that you are, right? So like, why are you voting against LGBT? Like, why
Because
are you
he's
voting
power.
against yourself? Are you
There's not a
being-
bathroom stall big enough where he can vote from.
I literally would be like, are you being forced to? Like, are you being harassed? Because like you should just come out. No, why has no one asked him that question? No one.
Well, because they're afraid to.
Afraid of what? That's what I'm trying to get at. Who's afraid of why? Afraid of what?
Okay.
I'll tell you what we need, Maria. I know what we need.
I know what we need.
We need a cookie.
A cookie. Everybody
Yum.
You know what? And guess who makes these cookies? Our friend who I asked her to come on. Oh my God. Karen Mack. I stalk Karen Mack's page because she is my friend. She's so talented, but she also makes cookies. And she makes this month, it's National Cookie Month. Karen makes a cookie a day.
I did a close-up of this cookie.
Oh my God, Karen, tell us about why you do this.
Listen, look, this echoes everything that you. First of all, I gotta say, I love your show, and I love how passionate you are, and Judy and Leo. I love how you're getting the word out. I feel so weird to talk about cookies right now, but the reality is that life is so hard, and so much of life is effed up, and people are trying to figure it out. And I started doing National Cookie Month a decade ago because sadly we were having a lot of these same conversations then, and trying to figure things out. And I just wanted something that I could do that I just thought would be nice, would be fun, that people wouldn't fight about, that like, and would connect with people, and nobody's like trying to put the social back in social networking. People, that to me is like, you were just talking about, people voting, like, to me, it's the uneducated. It's the people that are like crazy, passionate, certain beyond a doubt, and they've done no homework. They don't know any of the truth. They don't vote your conscience. Vote. You get a vote. Don't waste it.
We can't forget that there's people that are racist, right? And that's why they're voting the way they're voting. Like, so
Right.
that exists, right?
Right.
And I think those are the hardest people to reach, just because that's like an emotional and intellectual, component that
I think you're right, but I don't know that in my world, I don't know that you're going to turn those people around. Like, to me, like what Maria was saying, let's focus on young people, focus on people that you can have a conversation with, focus on asking good questions. Why are things not being debated? Get people to open their minds, and these great sites like what Joe put up, like it's not like studying for your SATs to get some data about your candidates and what they stand for and what they want to do. Like, don't waste your vote.
Right. Absolutely. So you have one.
That's not why you have me on, but I just felt like
No, but
I wanted to be part of
Yeah.
the dialogue,
So you're
It's
wonderful.
so true. It's so true. I don't understand why why young people especially, because they have the most to lose.
Well, guess what? I got to tell you guys, I have something to report from the field. I talk to so many young people. I do it where I teach. I do it at the center. I do it at all my jobs. I talk to people on the train. I stop people and talk to them. I love young people. And I got to tell you, I really feel like I've made a difference in saying to them, are you registered? Why aren't you registered? Why don't, this is your country. My ship has sailed when it comes to these issues. But you know what? I feel like I've made a difference. And people that, last night, for instance, I was at Stonewall and I did Fight Song, which is my song that I do to get people riled up, right? There were these 10 adorable Mexican girls from Texas. And I said, are you registered? And they said, hell yeah, we are registered. And so are all our friends. And they said that there's a ripple happening in Texas where they are. And then people from Florida started saying, we're all registered too. And I felt so hopeful. I almost cried because these young people are scared. They are taking it seriously. They know what's happened and they know what is happening and they are turning it around. So I will say that, reporting from the field, that I do believe that young people are coming out. One more thing, and then you can mute me again because I know my mic is going back and forth. People are early voting in the millions right now in every state, and 85% of those people are Democratic. So they said they have this rush of new registrations and people voting. So I do feel hopeful.
Well, I think that's good because I don't know if anybody on this show knows there's a vlogger named Hank Green. He's super smart. He's great. Check out his stuff online and on TikTok. And he said something that I thought was incredibly smart a long time ago. He talked about making the world better. And he said, in his opinion, there are two ways that you can make the world better. You can either increase the amount of awesome or you can decrease the amount of suck. And so that's basically it. So if you he doesn't want to live in a world where all everybody focuses on is the suck part of it. Like, yes, there's parts of life that suck, but find the good and try to manifest the good. I bet you're great with these young voters because you're a good listener, Maria. Like, nobody wants to be told, vote. Like, you ask them, are you going to vote? Are you registered? Well, why aren't you registered? You know what I mean? You actually listen to them. Then you can get somewhere. Like,
right. And I will say, I feel really like there was one particular person, and I won't name names, but because they're such a sweetheart, but they weren't registered. They were afraid to register because their parents vote very differently than they want to.
Right.
And they're from a state that's very red. And just this week, they came up to me and said, guess what? I registered. You really inspired me.
Yay.
And I'm going to vote for my interest because they're gay. I'm going to vote for my interest. And because I said, you're not going against your parents, honey, at all. They have their interest. They're voting for their interest. Doesn't mean you don't love them. It means that you want to preserve you as well.
Yeah, and raise your voice. You get a voice.
Yes.
They get a voice and you get a voice. And that's, and that's
Right.
okay. And that doesn't have to be worn on your sleeve. Like, just vote your conscience.
And if you don't understand that, vote your voice. Watch Legally Blonde too.
That's right. All right. Let me do the food section of our show. Everybody
yes, please.
The food section of our show is called Go Ahead. Keep eating.
Keep eating.
On the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Keep
Keep eating.
Okay. Yesterday was National Pasta Day.
Right.
I am the sauce queen, so I also love certain dishes. So I love seafood, love it. I'm from New England. So I made a squid ink pasta.
Oh.
Yes. And what I have here, it's not octopus. I know everybody loves the octopus. But the squid ink pasta, and this is shrimp and bay scallops cooked in a tomato paste, just a little bit of tomato paste, marsala, parsley, garlic, and one more thing I put in there. I always have to check because I forget what I put in there. I think that's it. Marsala wine.
Yeah.
And garlic. And it's a lobster stock.
That looks beautiful, Maria. Really beautiful.
Good ingredient. Okay.
Maria, tomato paste from a can or from a tube?
No, from a tube. So when I didn't make like a marinara, and then what I did was I butter, a little bit of olive oil, marsala, little bit of onion and garlic, and then and I also put some pesto in there. And then when I did that, then I squeezed the tube of paste and created this really thick
Okay.
with the bouillon, with the lobster.
Yeah, because you've got the stock in there, so you don't necessarily
Yeah.
you don't need all the water from the tomatoes.
Exactly. So,
Well,
you
it's
know.
Italian Heritage Month too.
Well,
you know,
that's
so
why
we're
I-
celebrating you on many levels.
Exactly. I'm trying to cover everything. My cousin Rena, wow, squid ink pasta. I know it's so good. That's a very Fenzi plate. Oh, Fenzi, because
Fenzi, it's
that's
Fenzi.
Italian. That's bastardized Italian. The Italians would say, "My God, this is so Fenzi." Yeah. That's so funny, Rena. Okay, for salad, I have Boston lettuce from my family, my Italian Boston Italians. Red onion, mint. My mother used to use mint in salad
Ooh.
quite often, and I love it. Mint, black currants, and
Oh,
yes, dry black currants.
that
and,
is fancy.
Thank you. And
What's your dressing?
sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds. I'm gonna put a cranberry pear of vinegar and just a plain extra virgin olive oil in that.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
For
That goes
dessert,
great with the currants.
I don't make dessert like Karen Mac. I wish I had Karen Mac's cookies. You know,
Well, and listen, you know what we said? We got to do a trade-off. There's still half the month to go. And I got to warn people, you get to the middle of the month and now's when the wheels come off a little bit. So now the Franken cookies show up and you know, weird varieties. But you know,
Oh, I
this is
need
the time when we
this
get to
one.
be more creative. Oh, Rick Jensen.
isn't that
He
funny
liked
that
a
Rick
cookie.
popped in?
He liked
So-
a cookie.
I love all of these, and
This
I don't
one.
even know which one.
Thanks. Oh, the red velvet pinwheel. Yeah, the
Oh,
pinwheels are
wow.
good. I have to say that, you know, I should send a thank you note to the folks at Apple, because now I have a phone that actually takes really good pictures. So, for a long time, it was really good cookies and really wobbly, awful pictures. Like if you go back in the history, but now I take better pictures.
The Twix
And
cup.
I do, for people that don't know, I really do bake every day. It's not like I bake a bunch of things and then just put the pictures up. I bake something new every day, and I kind of see, I don't like things to go to waste, so I kind of see what I have. Like Maria, when you cook things, you look in the fridge, you see what you have, you
Absolutely.
have an idea.
That's
Those
Please,
look
wait,
amazing.
stop right
Oh, it's me
there.
and Elliot there for a second. Oh, I like how
I
you scroll
love
through my
which
pictures.
I want to talk about too. You have a show coming up this week, right?
We do. We're going to be down. We're down at Pangea once a month, and this month it's October the 20th, and I'm
Which is
so
this
excited.
Thursday.
Yeah, this Thursday we started 8:30. We'll do 2 sets, and we expanded the band. We've got Lavando Thomas on bass with us now, and it's going to be so fun. And it's still no cover, no minimum. You can come if you've got other things going on. Come for a little, come for a lot. It's down at Pangea on 2nd Avenue, 2nd between 12th and 13th, and it's really a good time.
What time do you play until?
Usually we play from 8:30 until about 10:30. It kind of depends on you know who's still there and who wants to hear what, and if people actually come for a second set. But usually it's 8:30 to 10:30.
Okay, yeah, because I have studio work with my kids that I teach until 9:30 on. But if I can get out,
Well, and we also, I mean, Lavanda's going to be with us now for a little while. We're so lucky. And in November, our November show is on November 15th, which is a Tuesday.
oh, great!
And I think
Okay.
Tuesdays are good for people. And that one, my friend Greg Brielle from Nashville is going to come up and sit in. And that's going to be, he's so talented and such a good songwriter. And that's going to be a fun show too. So we've got some cool stuff. And then Christmas, of course.
So, so many wonderful things. You always have something. That's why I was like, I wanted to pull you in for the cookies, and then I'm like,
That
and
was
also
nice of you though.
plug the show because I love you and I love Elliot, and you're so talented, Karen.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Oh,
Thanks so
wait
much.
till you see him in the calendar, Karen.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Oh,
he's in the-
I hear that I feel like he's hedging his bets there a little bit.
But also, you know
right?
who else is in the calendar? His dog Bacon.
Yeah, Bacon. That's of course. That's what I meant. But I didn't want to give it away. But,
No, that's okay. He and Bacon are in the calendar.
that's awesome.
So my cousin Rena Cugnali, who you would adore, everybody adores Rena. She's the best ever. She's our family project manager. She says, that's my dream, to bake something new every day. The problem is that then I would eat them all. I know.
Oh, but Rena, see, here's the thing. You don't, just because you bake every doesn't mean that you have to bake 10 dozen cookies every day. You know what I mean? Like, I have to say that the part of what gets me through the month is that I there are days when I micro bake. So I some days what you see in the picture, I only baked 4 or 5 cookies that morning and
No.
Okay.
focused on finishing them. And then I like, if I'm not going somewhere where those cookies would get eaten and they're just going to sit in my house, because let's face it, this does not just happen. So I like
Listen.
to I like to spread them around. I love to give them to people. So
Karen, do you start the month with dough that you use for all your cookies?
no,
Do you
no,
do
I
a different dough every day?
usually I do. Sometimes it is something where I can multi-purpose something if I know, but I kind of like to spread the varieties out. So I don't like to do things too many days in a row, and most of these things don't really make. I'm not in a commercial kitchen, so I don't
No.
make something that's going to be a recipe that makes.
Because some I can
20
see
dozen
having more
cookies.
eggs or more flour or more different,
I don't know.
consistencies.
One year, Lenny Watts and Lenny comes from St. Louis, and his family had this family recipe for these Hungarian butterhorn cookies that are really these beautiful, delicate cookies with this like nut filling. And he was like, would you make these cookies? And I'll come over and I'll help you. And would you make these cookies? Like, absolutely. So the recipe says it's going to make like 8 dozen cookies, and I don't think we got like 9 actual cookies by the time we like got it together. We were like, we've done something tragically wrong. So the math doesn't add up, is what I'm saying.
Now, Karen, do you plan the month out, or do you just kind of wing it?
I do now, because I pride myself on the fact that in all of the years that I've been doing this, with very few exceptions, I haven't repeated anything. Yay, there we are. Oh, there's Elliot and me. So I haven't repeated, like, obviously there are only so many kinds of cookies. So there's always a snickerdoodle. There's always
I
a
love
pinwheel.
snickerdoodle.
Those are like a snickerdoodle, the pumpkin ones today.
That's
Oh
so
my
cute.
God.
There are different varieties of cookies. There's like always an icebox cookie, but I try to switch it up. I try to make them different.
That's it. That's my favorite.
Oh, the
Right
lemon
there,
curd.
oh.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
good.
love
it.
lemon.
That's a pretty cookie. That's
Oh, look at those cookies right there.
How cute they are. Those are
we're
pretty.
Christmas cookies in
I
that one.
love it. That looks.
That's
beautiful.
the butterscotch. That's my personal favorite.
Oh.
Just
Oh my
a
God.
basic
Butterscotch
butterscotch
cookies are
cookie.
so
Dying.
good.
Is anybody else dying but me here with these cookies?
It's all.
Um,
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm like this for your sauce. So we'll work out a
We'll do a
handoff.
switch.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
we'll-
got off keto just for this show.
No, I'm off the keto.
And you know
right
what?
now.
No, I did. I got off keto just for this cookie
Oh.
segment.
Well,
Oh.
it is nice. It is. I think there are some cookies that are kind of keto friendly.
Yeah.
Like the ones that are gluten free and nut butter in that.
No, there's a
I
way
can
to
do
do
No
something
it.
with
sugar
that.
and all that stuff.
There's
Yeah.
a way to do it.
But-
No, I always go on the keto when I have to fit into my pants for something, and I did fit into the suit for Jeffrey and Steven's wedding.
Oh,
And then
those pictures were beautiful.
They're so sweet. That's Leo's officiant page because he's an officiant.
Oh,
He's like a real
that's so
deal.
great, Leo. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Sadly, we have come to the end of our show. There's Rick Jensen again. He's popping in to say hi.
He is. God bless him.
No.
There he is.
There he is. His birthday was this month, I believe.
It was October the 6th. Yeah.
Okay, so you see. Is Judy still with us?
No, her phone died.
Oh,
She
Well-
sent
this
me-
was super fun, honey. Thanks for having me on.
Oh
Always.
my God, I love you. I'm so glad you could do it because I know you had a rehearsal tonight. So
I did with those girls.
now when's that next
Woohoo!
show?
We it's exciting. We're next Wednesday we're gonna make our Jazz at Lincoln Center debut, which is
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Crazy, I
Nice.
know, right? I can't even imagine. I can't even believe it. It's the Mabel Mercer Foundation. It's the Cabaret Convention folks, Jeff Harner and Katie Sullivan and Andrea Marcovici. They've been so incredibly generous and kind to invite us this year. So we're on the opening night of the convention in the big room in Rose Hall.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
and
Type
then,
in those girls. Google that. I'll go on
yeah,
Facebook.
thosegirlssing.com is the website.
How do you feel when you walk
the
in those stages like
beautiful
that?
sound.
Oh
It's
my
beautiful.
God! Listen, it's unbelievable, and I've only ever been on the other side of the footlights. I've never been on that stage even to fucking sweep it. So it's like I can't wait. I'm excited. And it's really going to be a fun night, and then we have 2 more performances of our Those Girls Sing the Broadway Volume 1, and that's the 29th, the Saturday after the convention, and then Thursday, November the 3rd. We're at the beach.
So
event.
much going on. Those girls sing.
Too many things, right? It's crazy.
Well, no, so wonderful. Go and check it out. You will not. The voices blend so beautifully. I'm a huge fan.
Thanks. Thank you so
Okay.
much, honey.
I love you. We got to go.
Love you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, and thank you, everybody. Do not forget, vote.org. Go and check it out.
vote.
NBCnews.com. Plan your vote is another good one. We love and appreciate you. Please, please, please get out and vote. And if you do, take a picture of yourself voting and send it to me. We'll put it on our page.
Wear your sticker with pride.
Yes, Leo, nobody's better than you. I love you, honey.
I love you. I miss you.
And thank you to Judy Mesa, who's helped us with so much stuff, always.
Happy birthday, Senator Judy.
Okay, bye, honey. Love you.